love to go back and forth between the 1 and 4. It's very relaxing. Welcome to Setlist Week, Stage 2. In this area of the setlist, we have one activity that we're going to be talking about that covers 3 concepts from the setlist. Today's adventure is going to be the painter. And the painter is a campfire adventure. I would recommend dedicating one of your monthly campfires every time we're in a new key. Dedicate at least one recording to an episode of The Painter. The Painter covers the first 3 items in Stage 2, which is primary stations, resolution, and canvas. Here, so primary stations and the resolution. And if I were to only have 4 colors to play with, or 4 colors to paint with, these are the 4 colors that I would choose. Primary stations and the resolution. Now if I take it up to the key of G, it's actually going to look the same. It's all white keys again. If you've gone through the program for a year and you've visited all these different landscapes, this is something that you probably can do. And if you're new, just make it a focus each month that you're aware of where the primary stations and resolution are in the landscape that you're in. But here in Setlist Week, this is a little pop quiz that you can take yourself through. There it is in the key of C, key of G. Let's go to the next key, go to D. Now I've got the black key here, the sharp. I can take it to A. That looks the same. It's almost like the blocks. There's a lot of similar shapes here. If I take it to E, it's like this. If I take it to B, well, that's a little different than the E. It's not a direct match like the blocks were from Stage 1, right? But it's the same sound. There it is in G flat. There it is in D flat. Here it is in A flat. Here it is in E flat. Here it is in B flat. And here it is in F. Focus more on the shape, not the letters. Focus more on the sound, not the letters. Focus more on the numbers, not the letters. The letters will always change, but 145X is the constant. Now to turn this into a campfire adventure, all we need to do is add the canvas. So to add a canvas, well, we can start with we'll start in the key of C. And I just double up down here. It's like throwing 2 heavy logs in the fire. Stations resolution. Try it up here. Another copy. And now you just paint with those colors. Anything you want. You can combine them. These are the first 3 items, and there's only 40 things in the set list. They're all important. Hey there, thanks for watching. If you are enjoying this content and you'd like to make me very happy, go ahead and click the like and subscribe button. And if you'd like to learn more about our program and what it's like to be a student at PopMatix, visit popmatix.com. We look forward to sharing the magic of music with you. Thanks for listening. Now for your canvas, you can use any of the primary stations from the landscape you're in. So I could use my 1, but I could also go up to the 4, which would be F. Primary stations resolution don't change because I'm still taking those from the key. It doesn't change. Because I changed my canvas, nothing changes up here. I'm still using the same 4 colors. Take it back to 1. I love to go back and forth between the 1 and 4. It's very relaxing. But I can, of course, go up to the 5 as well, which is my G. I can go back to 4. Doesn't matter what order you put them in. That's the painter. If I wanted to take it to our current key, I'd be in the key of G. It would look very similar. It's still all white keys. But G would now be my 1. And I get my colors. Primary station's resolution. If I take it one more key, I'll go to the key of D. Station's resolution. I love having 2 hands come up to paint. So it's just, here's my canvas, and I paint. This is a practice in how quickly can you change your constraints. What are the notes you're working with? Can I just see this across the whole C to shining C, across the whole keyboard? If I only have those 4 colors to paint with, how easy is it for me to navigate? And that gets easier when you do a campfire session with the painter. If you want to improve, and of course you do because you're here, if you want to improve your ability to play by ear, you can do it through your creating. When you create with constraints that are as clear as this, 1, 4, 5 in the left hand for your canvas, 1, 4, 5 X for the colors that you paint with. And you listen back, you will be able to hear when you're changing that canvas. And it won't be very long before you will know for sure whether you are on the 1, the 4, or the 5. And all of that is going to help when you're in listening class to be able to recognize the sound of 1, 4, and 5. So that is the campfire adventure that I call the painter. And it's a wonderful way to focus and really make sure you understand those first 3 items in stage 2 of the set list. Because there are things in stage 4 that build on this constraint of the primary stations and the resolution. And so you want it to be automatic, just like the landscapes. I can get the landscape, I can get the primary stations and resolution. I can just pull those out of it. No problem. So that's it for stage 2 from our set list week. If you're ready for a little bit more, we'll see you in stage 3. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you soon.